Hey, Angelina, welcome back to the podcast. Today, we're diving into something that feels almost countercultural in our modern world. The idea of grinding quietly and letting your results speak for themselves.
John, it's a pleasure to be here, and this topic resonates so deeply with me. We live in this age of instant gratification, constant updates, and everyone broadcasting their every move, their every ambition. It's almost radical to suggest you just work in silence.
Exactly. You see it everywhere, right? People announcing their new diet on Monday, their new business venture on Tuesday, their amazing workout routine on Wednesday, and by Friday sometimes it's just crickets. The follow-through often gets lost in the announcement.
That's it. It's like the act of announcing almost scratches the itch of achievement without actually having to achieve anything. You get that little hit of dopamine from the likes and comments, and suddenly the internal drive to actually do the work can diminish.
Totally. It's that external validation chasing that can really derail true progress. Because when you're constantly looking for approval, your focus shifts from improving yourself or your project to crafting the perfect narrative about it for an audience.
And that's where true discipline really shines. The topic description we have today says it so well. True discipline doesn't seek attention, it works in silence. That to me is the core of it. It's about an internal compass, not an external one.
Yeah, it's about having that deep conviction in what you're doing, regardless of whether anyone else is watching or cheering you on. Think about it, the most profound work, the most meaningful breakthroughs often happen when people are heads down, fully immersed.
Absolutely. It's the late nights, the early mornings, those hours when the world is asleep or distracted, and you're just focused. No one's there to pat you on the back. No one's there to tell you how great you are. It's just you and the work.
And that's where the magic really happens, isn't it? When you remove the element of performance for an audience, you actually get to focus on improvement. You stop chasing approval and you start chasing genuine, tangible progress.
It becomes a much more authentic journey. You're not trying to create a highlight reel. You're just living the messy, inconsistent, sometimes frustrating reality of building something. And that authenticity is what makes the final result so much more powerful.
But let's be real, it's not easy. There's a part of our human nature that craves recognition. It's nice to get a compliment, it's nice to feel seen. How do you push past that initial urge to share everything?
It is hard, and I think it starts with reframing what success means in your own mind. Is success the applause you get for a good idea, or is it the idea actually coming to fruition and making an impact? Once you internalize that the latter is the true measure, the need for external validation fades.
That's a powerful shift in perspective. It's about understanding that the applause is a byproduct, not the goal. The goal is the work itself, the creation, the improvement.
And it's about building trust with yourself. When you consistently work on something without needing to tell everyone, you prove to yourself that you are committed, that you are capable. That internal trust becomes a far more powerful motivator than any external praise.
I've definitely found that. When I'm working on a project and I resist the urge to post about every little step, I feel a deeper connection to it. It feels more personal, more sacred almost, and the momentum builds differently.
Exactly. It's like you're nurturing it in secret, and the energy you would have spent crafting that social media post or responding to comments, you funnel directly back into the work. That's an immense advantage, frankly.
It really is. The topic description says, while others talk about what they will do, you are already doing it. That contrast is so stark and so true. The doers are often the quietest ones.
They really are. Think about some of the most innovative people, the ones who truly change things. Their focus is almost always on the problem, on the solution, not on their personal brand or how many followers they have. The work is the point.
And this brings us to another crucial point. Results take time. We live in a world that expects instant gratification, but true growth, true mastery, is a long game. And in that long game, there will be countless moments where it feels like no one notices your effort.
That's probably the hardest part, isn't it? When you're putting in all that effort, day in and day out, and there's no immediate payoff, no one cheering you on, no visible progress yet. It can be incredibly demotivating if you're not grounded in this grind quietly philosophy.
Totally. The description states, growth often happens privately before it becomes visible publicly. That's so profound. It's like planting a seed. You don't see the roots growing, you don't see the tiny sprout pushing through the soil for a while. But beneath the surface, all that crucial work is happening.
And discipline teaches patience during these phases. It reminds you that the goal is progress, not praise. That's a lesson I think we all need to revisit constantly, especially with the constant influx of curated success stories on our feeds.
Because those success stories, while inspiring at times, rarely show the countless hours of quiet, unglamorous work that went into them. They show the finished product, the grand reveal, not the messy middle.
And that's why this mindset is so essential. It equips you for that messy middle. It gives you the resilience to keep going when things are hard, when you doubt yourself, when it feels like no one cares. Because you care, and that's what matters.
So when your results finally do show, they tell a story that's far more compelling than any words could convey. A story of persistence, sacrifice, and self-control. No explanation needed. The work speaks for itself.
That's the ultimate mic drop, isn't it? When people see what you've built, what you've achieved, and they have no idea of the journey you undertook in silence. It's not about being secretive, it's about being focused on the craft rather than the perception.
It truly is. It's a statement of confidence, too. A quiet confidence that says, I don't need to tell you what I'm doing, I'll show you. And that kind of confidence is infectious and inspiring in a different way.
It shifts the power dynamic. Instead of chasing attention, you attract it through the undeniable quality and impact of your work. It's a pull strategy, not a push strategy.
Absolutely. So for our listeners thinking about adopting this mindset, what would be some practical first steps to grind quietly?
Well, I'd say start small. Identify one project, one goal that you're genuinely passionate about. And for a set period, maybe a week, maybe a month, commit to working on it without mentioning it on social media, without telling too many people. Just keep it to yourself.
That's a great challenge. It forces you to rely on internal motivation, and it probably clarifies your reasons for doing it in the first place.
Precisely, and notice how it feels. Does it feel liberating? Does it feel harder because you're missing that external feedback? Understanding those feelings is key to building this muscle.
I'd also suggest finding a dedicated quiet time each day or week. A block of time where you actively turn off notifications, close unnecessary tabs, and just immerse yourself in the work. No distractions, no performing, just pure focus.
That deep work time is invaluable. It trains your brain to focus, and it shows you how much you can actually accomplish when you're not constantly interrupted or seeking external stimuli.
And remember, it's not about being secretive or antisocial. It's about channeling your energy effectively. It's about prioritization. Your most valuable energy should go into creating, not narrating the creation process.
Exactly. You can still share your journey later, once there's something substantial to show. But the initial, vulnerable, formative stages, those are often best protected from the glare of public opinion.
So, to sum it up, let your work do the talking. Let your habits build your future. Stay focused, stay consistent, and most importantly, stay quiet.
Because when you grind quietly and stay disciplined, one day your results will speak so clearly that the world will have no choice but to listen. That's a powerful thought to leave with our listeners.
It absolutely is. Angelina, as always, a truly insightful conversation. Thank you for sharing your thoughts on this.
Thanks, John. It was a pleasure. And to everyone listening, go out there and build something incredible in your own quiet way.
Indeed. We'll catch you next time. Keep grinding.